Hello, my name is Orion from TCG FlightSchool. We want to invite you to follow along as myself and my trading partner Jordan learn and apply technical analysis on our journey towards profitability. If you'd like to join in on the discussion and learn technical analysis with us, check out our Facebook group, TCG FlightSchool, for more information and content. We hope you enjoy our daily trade recaps and technical analysis videos. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's get on with the technicals. Hey guys, how's it going? So yeah, pretty exciting day in the Nasdaq here. So there's some small cap momentum trades. We had a nice little watch list last night. Some pretty good performers off of it. I was watching DRWI this morning. Didn't quite get the follow through and breakout that I was looking for. Actually didn't get it at all. I did have a buy stop limit order set for just above a breakout area, and it didn't happen. It didn't even come close to filling. So I quickly moved over to MOSY. I saw it kind of dip off out of the open and spike up, but I'm just going to quickly show you what we were looking for on it. So on the watch list, we noticed that we were starting to get a little move. We had a bit of an after hours move here, and then we were actually looking to kind of close this gap. The after hours, I believe, was around 114, so we were looking for a continuation, a move up to this 140 area, and then a breakout and try and close this gap between 140 and 190. It is exactly what happened today. We had a 156% move, $1.28, and we are sitting in after hours right now at $2.10. So beautiful, beautiful move on this stock today. It was all over Twitter. All the traders, all the big names in trading were tweeting this and talking about it and moving it, and you can see it reflected in the chart. So let's just have a look at what I was looking for out of the open. So I saw it come up here, kind of make this false high here. Sorry, again, we were looking for breaks over 114 to begin with, I believe. That's what Jordan had. So, came up, put in a topper, didn't quite get it, pulled back, and then started printing some higher lows, ended up breaking out over that level. And this is where I started watching it. We broke out, we pulled a quick little bull flag back to the 9 EMA, and then we started moving through here, and I was watching for a breakout into this. This is the gap range. This is the gap, and this is what I had charted and what I was watching for. So we pulled up to a high of 140. I originally had my order in for 141. Which is good. I like to set it a couple of cents above because I've been caught with my pants down a few times where I set it right at the breakout level. It comes up, it grabs my order, and then it pulls back instantly. I end up selling for a loss because it's kind of pulled back 10 cents or plus 10 cents, and I take the loss, and then I end up missing the run. So I've learned from my mistakes on a few of those, and I'm trying not to do that anymore. So I'm now setting my buy stop limit just above. So I had my buy stop, my trigger set for 142, and my limit set for 143. I only had 300 shares. I wish I could have taken a little bit more, but didn't have any leverage on this stock because it's under $3, and Questrade doesn't really allow that. So yeah, 300 shares, and this is the 5-minute chart. So 142 and 143. So came up 140, started pulling back, made an inside candle on this 140 on this first pullback. In between this the flagpole, and then another inside candle here, low of 125, low of 125. Yeah, it came down, double bottom low, but still printed inside candle. So I was looking for the break of the previous candle off of this one because this started printing a higher low, and it was inside of it and inside of this mother candle. So we have a nice healthy consolidation on a bull flag pullback down to the 9 EMA. So I was looking for the break of obviously my buy stop limit was here, but I was also looking for the next 5-minute candle to kind of make a new high and break this inside candle with also a confirmed volume push. That's exactly what we had. We broke up, my order was grabbed up here to 148, pulled back on this candle down to a low of 133. So I was still in that 10-cent range. I held through it, and then we pushed up into this candle here. I'm just going to move this out of the way so you can see there's my entry on this candle and my exit on this candle. So I actually ended up jumping out at 152 because I saw some hesitation in the $1.50 range. Really wish I'd held on a little longer. Biggest thing I'm trying to work on is my accuracy, but also is holding on to my winners. And I've almost pretty well got holding on to my losers, taken out of my trading plan. A lot of mistakes people make. They hold on to their losers, hoping it's going to come back up, going to make another breakout, going to make a new high a day, and they're going to get back in the plus, get back in the green. So I've learned now to let go of my losers, take the 10-cent loss, and move on. Now another thing I need to work on is holding on to my winners. This thing ended up coming up, putting in a high of 173, and even just on this candle, we put in a high of 167. So I left about 14 cents on the table just on this same 5-minute candle, which really gave me no reason to exit the trade other than the fact that I saw some hesitation in the $1.50 range, so I jumped out at 152. So I had $30 trade, just under $30 trade. Pretty happy with it. Just the fact that we plotted this from last night. We saw a nice entry, and we found some nice consolidation, and we got in here just on the breakout, right over the confirmation of breakout range. We saw some very nice increase in bullish volume. Yes, came up to the upside of the RSI, but look at that, ended up cooling off, rolling down, consolidating on some moving averages, and then I was actually away from my computer for this second move, but I saw some callouts on Twitter as soon as it kind of got over these levels here, 168. Actually, as soon as it really kind of got over these 150 levels here, we broke out up to 168, and then when we broke out, set in a new high a day, a couple of pullbacks where we put in a final high of 194, and now we're still carrying on to the after hours here. So we're still moving into the after hours, 5 more minutes left. We put in a high of 222, so I will be watching tomorrow for some continuation on this. But for now, I'm feeling, accomplished that I found a nice trade. We had a nice pick off the watch list, and we managed to do some nice executions today. So Jordan got in there too. I think he sold a little bit earlier than I did, but he still took down a little bit of profits. He had a little bit more share size. So you can't win them all. You can't take all the profit off the table, but as long as you can get a little bit and carry on and get out unscathed, it's a green, it's a positive trade. If I had some more share size, I probably would have looked at selling half my position here and then holding the other half up to a high or maybe a pullback to break even. But even so, at 143, I guess down here we actually did see it come down low. So it came down here to a low of 133 on all of these lows, the lows of these wicks, and then we popped back up into this kind of 140-ish magnet range, and that's when we broke out to the upside. So really happy with this kind of double bull flag, pullbacks, and then big move up to the top. I learned quickly in my trading career that you will usually see 2 bull flags, and the third bull flag will roll over. You won't actually get a third. And you have to have some serious momentum to keep this thing going. But usually by the third kind of big push, you start to get overextension off of the moving average, and we start to see some selling, some profit taking, some shorts coming in here in the highs, and then we start to roll off and consolidate down here in a moving average. Definitely can make a second move on the day, which this one did. But the problem is that when you get in this overextension, we really need to just consolidate, pull back. Everyone kind of needs to let their emotions go here. The buyers have emotions, the sellers have emotions. We need to find a new equilibrium before we can move back up to push through new highs. Or obviously what happens is you can see easily enough we could have ended up going right down here to the downside and working our way down here to these other moving averages and finding some supports in these levels where we had other breakouts on the way down. So remember, the market always goes both ways. The idea is to find an imbalance, preferably to the bullish side if you're long, then find your equilibrium, and then find another imbalance to the bullish side if you're long. If you're experienced as a short trader, there's nothing wrong with getting in on the bullish imbalance to the upside, finding that equilibrium, start looking for some lower lows and lower highs, and then get short on the downside and take some profits on the downside. My shorting experience is limited right now. I've only ever had one successful short. I've only ever had one short and it was successful. So, I guess I'm 100% accuracy for my shorting, but it was on JNUG ETF and it was quick in and out. And, it got approved quickly through my brokerage. I have tried to short some other stocks through Questrade, but I find that there is a lack of share availability. So not really pushing for it. Plus, it kind of scares the hell out of me a little bit. So, just going to keep working on my bullish accuracy and my bullish entries before I start, spreading my mental capacity thinner, trying to focus on other areas. That's another thing, right now, the MJ market is something everybody's, in our group has been really, really focused on and really, really tunnel visioned in, and so have I. And I've also been really tunnel visioned in the MJ market and trying to focus on NASDAQ and trying to learn a little bit about cryptocurrencies. And I'm finding myself spreading my kind of mental focus a little too thin. So right now I'm going to cut out trading MJ, still focus on tracking it, but I'm not really going to trade it anymore. Just plot some charting and look for a reversal, bullish reversal confirmations, and focus my main trading focus back to NASDAQ, and maybe dabble a little bit in this crypto sector. But that seems like it's moving pretty quick, and I don't want to kind of jump into you know, a moving car, speeding car, or jump out of a speeding car. So gonna focus back on NASDAQs. And I know summer trading can be slow, but that just means there'll be more audience kind of watching these 1 and 2 and 3 picks that we find off the watch list for after hours or pre-market. So again, yeah, if you guys enjoy my videos, like, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to comment, contact me anytime, direct message, Twitter, reach out on Facebook, however you need to, email, whatever. And yeah, I'll feel free to answer as many questions and ask as many questions as I can. And if I don't have the answer, you know, I'll find it for you. And we got some great resources in the TCG Flight School group, and also with the guys over at Dan and Jason over at the Chart Guys. So looking forward to, you know, possibly Dan having a look at this video as well, kind of maybe giving him some feedback and some pointers of where I went wrong or what I could have done better, and look at that and keep progressing forward and learning together as a community. All right, guys, have a good night. Okay, bye.